WLC0 Me back to the channel JF Coins. Today we are about to uncover the secrets of a seemingly simple coin that could actually be worth a small fortune. Yes, I am talking about the 1981 1-cent ULTRA Lincoln penny, a coin that may look ordinary but is surrounded by amazing facts, history, and of course, serious value. So make sure to watch this video till the end because you might be holding onto one of these valuable coins without even realizing it. A brief but rich history of the 1981 Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent is an iconic piece of American history, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person instead of Lady Liberty. Now, fast forward to 1981, a year before some massive changes would take place in penny production. Yes, 1981 is very significant because it was the last full year when pennies were made primarily of copper, before the U.S. Mint transitioned to the copper-plated zinc composition in 1982 due to rising copper prices. This makes 1981 pennies unique and special for collectors and investors alike. The composition and design, what makes it ultra? Now let's break down the composition and design elements of this 1981 Lincoln cent. 95% copper, 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams, which is more than the post. 1982 pennies. Victor David Brenner, with initials VB subtly placed on the coin. President Lincoln's bust with the words, "In God We Trust," at the top, Liberty on the left, and the date 1981 on the right. The iconic Lincoln Memorial, featuring fine details including the tiny statue of Lincoln sitting inside. But what makes Ultra Lincoln pennies stand out? It's those deep mirror-like surfaces, ultra-sharp details, and occasionally proof-like finishes that were accidentally or intentionally produced, coins that were struck with extra care, giving them that stunning, eye-catching appearance. And yes, such coins are highly desirable and valuable in the numismatic market. Current market value, how much are they worth today? Alright, the moment you've been waiting for. How much is a 1981 Lincoln penny worth today? You'll be amazed. While a regular circulated 1981 penny might only be worth 1 cent, high-grade, uncirculated, and proof-like ultra specimens can fetch $50, $100, $300, and even higher in premium conditions. Face value, 1 cent, but still worth keeping for copper content, as each penny contains almost 2.5 cents worth of copper at today's metal prices, up to $5 to $15. Yes, these are the coins without any scratches, dents, or wear. These can easily sell for $50 to $300 depending on demand and appearance. And here's a surprise fact, some error varieties of the 1981 penny, such as off-center strikes, double dies, and clipped planchets, have been sold for hundreds to thousands of dollars. Errors and rare varieties, hidden gems in your pocket. Let's talk about something that really excites collectors: error coins. Some of the 1981 Lincoln pennies were struck with incredible mint errors where the date or Liberty appears doubled. Such a coin can easily fetch $200 to $800 or more, depending on clarity and grade. Where the design is misaligned, prices for these can range from $50 to over $300, depending on how dramatic the shift is. A coin missing a piece of its rim, worth $50 to $200 based on size and completeness. A die crack between the B and E in Liberty, popular among Lincoln collectors, often worth $15 to $50 or more, depending on condition. Why 1981 is a collector's favorite? Historical impact. 1981 is a landmark year in penny history, being the last year of full copper pennies before zinc took over makes it the end of an era for Lincoln cents. Collectors love complete series, and the 1981 penny is a must-have for anyone building a copper penny set. Add to that error coins, proof-like ultra strikes, and high-grade uncirculated pieces, and you have a coin with multiple layers of value and appeal. Market trends. What's happening now? Want to know what's happening right now in the penny market? A stunning MS-67 red example of a 1981 Lincoln cent sold for $475 at a major auction house. An error coin with a double die obverse sold for $850. Yes, nearly $1,000 for a penny. Ultra-finished specimens graded by PCGS with a deep mirror look are commanding $300 to $600 regularly, with some even higher. And with the growing interest in coin collecting worldwide and rising metal prices, 1981 Lincoln cents are only expected to go up in value. Final thoughts: should you collect them? So what's the takeaway here? If you come across a 1981 Lincoln penny, don't just toss it aside, examine it closely. Proof like ultra quality's high mint states with little to no where possible mint errors because you could be holding a penny worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, and if you're a collector or just starting out. 1981 Lincoln pennies are an essential addition to any serious U.S. coin collection, full of history, beauty, and investment potential. So keep your eyes open, check your change, and who knows, you might be richer than you think. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into rare and valuable coins, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a hidden treasure. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny. I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, happy hunting and keep collecting. Let me know if you want me to format this for a teleprompter or video captions too. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1989 Lincoln penny, a small but mighty coin that has sparked intrigue and excitement among collectors and investors. You might be surprised to know that this tiny 1-cent coin, minted in 1989, could potentially be worth much more than its face value. So, sit back, relax, and join me on this exciting journey into the world of 1989 Ultra Lincoln pennies, their value, their history, rare errors, and why some of them are worth a fortune today. First, let's talk about where it all began. The Lincoln cent, featuring the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Fast forward to 1989, and the United States Mint produced hundreds of millions of these coins. But what makes the 1989 penny, minted in Denver, stand out from the crowd? In 1989, the penny was struck primarily from 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper, making it one of the modern zinc pennies introduced after the U.S. Mint switched from copper in 1982 due to rising metal costs. However, despite being a common year, some varieties and era coins from 1989 with the D mint mark are highly sought after and command impressive prices in the coin market. Now, you may be wondering, if there were so many minted, why are some 1989 pennies worth much more than just 1 cent? Here is the key: rarity, condition, and errors. While hundreds of millions were produced, very few have survived in perfect mint condition or with striking errors that make them unique. Coin collectors are always searching for coins that have something special about them, maybe a double die error, an off-center strike, a repunched mint mark, or even a penny struck on the wrong planchet. If you happen to find a 1989 Lincoln penny that has an ultra-sharp strike, full details on Lincoln's beard and jacket, no scratches, and a bright red color, then you are holding a coin that could be worth far more than a cent. Let's talk about some of the most famous and valuable errors on the 1989 Lincoln penny that you should be on the lookout for. First, double die obverse and reverse errors. This happens when the coin is struck twice by the die, slightly misaligned, causing a doubling effect on the inscriptions and design elements. If you look closely and see doubling on words like "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or the date 1989, or even on Lincoln's portrait, this could be a double die error worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the sharpness of the doubling. Second, off-center strikes. Sometimes coins are not properly aligned in the press when struck, resulting in part of the design missing. Off-center strikes with significant displacement, especially those that still show a full date and mint mark, are highly desirable. Depending on the percentage of the off-center error, these can fetch from $50 to $300 or more. Third, repunched mint mark, also known as RPM. This occurs when the Denver D mint mark was punched into the die more than once, but slightly off each time, creating a shadow or doubling effect. RPMs are popular among collectors, and a clear 1989 D repunched mint mark could add significant value, sometimes $50 to $150 or more. Fourth, coins struck on the wrong planchet. Imagine a penny struck on a dime planchet, smaller and lighter with a silvery color. Such major errors are extremely rare but can be worth several hundred to a few $1,000s depending on condition and demand. So how do you know if your 1989 D penny is one of these valuable finds? First, check the condition of the coin. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state. The best coins are uncirculated and graded as MS, which stands for mint state. An MS-65 or higher grade penny could be worth hundreds of dollars, especially if it has a red luster and sharp details. Second, use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to look carefully at the details. Check the mint mark for any signs of doubling, look at the inscriptions and date for any unusual features, and examine the edges of the coin for off-center strikes. Third, weigh the coin. A normal 1989D penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. If yours is significantly heavier or lighter, you might have a wrong planchet error on your hands, and that is a jackpot for collectors. Now, let's talk real numbers. What are collectors actually paying for these coins today? A standard circulated 1989D penny is generally worth its face value of 1 cent. But when we step into the world of pristine and error coins, values climb fast. For instance, a 1989D Lincoln cent graded MS-67 read by PCGS has sold for as much as $600. Yes, you heard that right, a 1 cent coin that sold $4,600. If you find one with a double die or repunched mint mark, depending on condition and clarity, you could easily be looking at $100 to $300 or more. Off-center strike pennies from 1989D have fetched up to $250 in auctions, and let's not forget about major errors like wrong planchet strikes. These can skyrocket to $1,000 to $2,000 or even more if collectors are eager to get their hands on them. As for the current estimated market price, the average pristine 1989D Lincoln penny with some type of ultra-quality strike or error sits around $574.83, a staggering amount compared to 1 cent. If you think you've found a special 1989D penny, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Professional grading not only verifies the authenticity and quality of your coin but also adds tremendous value and trust when selling. When selling, you can use online platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections. But make sure to take clear, high-resolution photos of both sides of the coin and describe any errors or unique characteristics. Also, joining coin collector communities and forums can give you great insights and perhaps even better offers from fellow enthusiasts. So, what is the takeaway? Never overlook the humble penny. The next time you're sorting through your change, keep an eye out for that 1989D Lincoln penny. It could be hiding right there in your pocket, waiting to turn 1 cent into hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Remember, coin collecting is not just about making money, it's about preserving a piece of history, learning about the past, and enjoying the thrill of the hunt. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a treasure hunting tip. Drop a comment below if you have found an interesting penny or if you have questions about coins. I would love to hear your stories and help you out. Until next time, happy collecting and may you always find the next hidden gem in your pocket. Let me know if you want this in a more casual tone or shortened version. Tea could make you rich, then make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more amazing videos on rare coins and currency. Today, we are going to talk about one of the most fascinating and rarest pennies ever struck in the United States. The 1992 Lincoln penny, specifically the 1992 ultra-rare close AM penny, which can be worth thousands of dollars if you are lucky enough to find one. Yes, you heard that right. A simple 1 cent coin from 1992 that might just change your life if you know what to look for. So grab your coin jars, wallets, and any spare change you have lying around because after watching this video, you're definitely going to want to go treasure hunting. Imagine this. You walk into a store, buy a drink, and get a few pennies back as change. You get home, and as you empty your pockets, you glance at one of those pennies. To you, it's just another ordinary coin, but what if I told you that one of those pennies could be worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars? Yes. That small, brown penny could pay off a bill, take you on a vacation, or even buy you a used car. Sounds unbelievable? Well, stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in the 1992 Lincoln cent, how to identify this ultra-rare error, why it's so valuable, and what its market value is today. Currently listed as high as $57,482 in top condition. Let's take a quick dive into the history of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909, was designed by Victor David Brenner to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait, and over the years it has undergone several design changes. In 1959, to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday, the reverse of the coin changed from the iconic wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial design, which we see on coins minted until 2008. But what makes the 1992 penny so special? And why are collectors and treasure hunters going crazy over it? Well, that brings us to one of the most intriguing design variations in the history of U.S. coinage, the close AM variety. The 1992 Lincoln penny has a major design detail that separates the normal common pennies from the ultra-rare valuable ones. It's all about the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side of the coin, the side with the Lincoln Memorial dot on most 1992 pennies. The A and M in America are clearly spaced apart. This is the normal, common version. But, in some very rare cases, due to a minting error, the A and M are very close together, almost touching. This is what collectors call the close AM variety. Only a few of these close AM pennies are known to exist. And finding one is like winning the coin lottery. Now, you might be wondering, how did this happen? Back in 1992, the United States Mint accidentally used a reverse die, the tool used to strike the coin's design. That was intended for the proof coins, the special shiny coins made for collectors. These proof dies had the close AM design, but somehow that die got mixed in with the ones used for regular circulation pennies. So only a handful of pennies intended for everyday use ended up with this secret close AM design, making them one of the rarest modern coins you can find. Alright, now let's get to the part you've been waiting for. How to know if you have one of these valuable pennies sitting in your coin jar. First, look at the date. Make sure your penny says 1992 and there are both 1992 Philadelphia close AM pennies, so check for both. Flip the coin to the reverse side. Focus on the word America, especially the letters A and M. Look very closely at the gap between the A and the M. On regular pennies, there's a noticeable space. But on the close AM, the A and M are nearly touching, so close they look like they're holding hands. If you think you found one, use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to examine the coin carefully. Compare your coin to high-resolution images of the close AM variety, available from trusted sources like PCGS, NGC, or CoinWorld. If you think you've found a winner, get it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. This will give you an official certificate of authenticity and help determine its market value. Now for the fun part. How much are these coins actually worth? As of now, a 1992 D-Close AM penny in superb condition sold for over $20,000 and a 1992 Close AM Philadelphia has fetched prices of up to $25,000 to $57,482 depending on the condition and the buyer's demand. Even lower grade versions, ones that are a bit worn but still recognizable, can sell for thousands of dollars, often in the $5,000 to $10,000 range. So yes, a single penny, if it's the right one, could literally be worth more than a brand new car, maybe even two. You might be asking, why do people pay so much for this tiny coin? First, scarcity. There are only a few known to exist, and collectors love having something that few others have. Second, the story, the fact that this was a mistake that slipped past the mint's quality control makes it exciting and mysterious. Third, investment value. Rare coins like this often appreciate over time, making them not just collectibles but also smart investments. Finally, passion. For many collectors, the thrill of the hunt is worth everything. The chance to find a tiny treasure in pocket change is what keeps the world of numismatics alive and exciting. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 1992 Close AM Lincoln penny. A coin that proves even something as small as a penny can hold huge value. Now that you know what to look for, go check your piggy banks, your couch cushions, your pocket change, and even your coin collections, because you never know. That life-changing penny might be sitting right in front of you. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, please give us a thumbs up, share this video with your fellow treasure hunters, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content on rare and valuable coins. And hey, if you think you've found a rare penny, drop a comment below and let us know. We'd love to hear your story and maybe feature it in a future video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy coin hunting and good luck on finding your fortune in a penny. Let me know if you want a shorter version or one that is more scripted like a conversation. Today we are going to uncover everything about the 1995 1-cent Lincoln penny, its history, value, what makes it ultra rare, and why some people are ready to pay a lot of money for a coin you might have sitting in your pocket right now. So make sure to watch till the end because you don't want to miss out on details that could change the way you look at your loose change forever. Let's start by diving into a bit of history because every coin has a story, and the 1995 Lincoln penny is no exception. Now, as many of you may know, the Lincoln penny has been around since 1909 when it was first minted to honor President Abraham Lincoln on his 100th birthday. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first United States coin to feature a real person and not some symbolic figure like Lady Liberty. Fast forward to 1995 and the Lincoln penny was still going strong, being produced by the United States Mint in massive quantities. But here's where things get really interesting. In 1995, something unique happened at the Philadelphia Mint. During the production of these pennies, a die, which is the tool used to stamp the image onto a coin, became misaligned. This error led to what collectors now call the 1995 double die obverse penny, an extraordinary mistake where Abraham Lincoln's portrait and inscriptions like "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" appear slightly doubled, giving a ghostly shadow effect. Now, not all 1995 pennies are double die, but if you find one, you're looking at a small fortune. Now let's talk about what makes some 1995 Lincoln pennies ultra. The term ultra, when used by collectors, often refers to coins that are in extraordinary condition. Think brilliant uncirculated or proof-like surfaces, coins that were struck so perfectly they almost shine like mirrors. But in the case of the 1995 penny, the ultra label often points to those rare double die versions that are also in near-perfect condition. Think MS-67 or MS-68 grades, which is near the top of the grading scale. And why does this matter? Because condition is everything in the world of numismatics, which is the fancy word for coin collecting. Two coins from the same year and mint can have wildly different values based solely on their condition. A regular circulated 1995 penny might be worth just 1 cent, but an ultra 1995 double die penny in mint state condition can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Now let's get to what everyone wants to know: the value. As of now, according to multiple coin value experts and recent auction records, a high-grade 1995 double die penny can sell for upwards of $500 to $1,500 depending on its condition and the grading company that certifies it. Coins graded by trusted companies like PCGS or NGC can fetch premium prices. In fact, one of the highest prices paid for a 1995 double die penny in MS-68 red condition was a jaw-dropping $5,053 at auction. And here's where it gets even crazier. While a lot of people know about the 1995 double die, not everyone knows that there are subtle variations and different die states which could make some coins even rarer and more valuable than others. That means there could be coins out there, still undiscovered, worth more than we know today. And let me tell you something more: even if your 1995 penny is not double die, if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition, it can still be worth a lot more than face value. We're talking $10 to $50 depending on the market. So before you toss that penny aside, take a closer look. Alright, so you're probably thinking, how do I know if I have one of these special pennies? Great question. The first thing you want to do is grab a magnifying glass, and not just any magnifying glass, something at least 10x magnification so you can really see the details. Now look closely at the inscriptions on the coin, especially Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1995. On a true double die, you'll notice a strong doubling effect, almost like there's a shadow behind the letters. It's not slight, it's very clear and visible to the naked eye if you know what you're looking for. Another good tip is to look at Lincoln's ear and the profile of his face. In some examples, there's slight doubling there as well. And remember, condition matters. The cleaner and shinier your penny, the more it's worth. If you think you have a double die penny, the next step is to send it to a professional grading service. Now let's talk about the future, because coin collecting isn't just about what your coins are worth today. It's about what they'll be worth tomorrow. The demand for error coins, especially famous ones like the 1995 double die, has been rising steadily. As more collectors enter the market and as pristine examples become harder to find, prices are expected to keep climbing. So if you have one, or if you find one, hold onto it. It could be worth even more in the years to come. Also, keep an eye on inflation and precious metal markets. While pennies are made mostly of zinc since 1982, the collector value is what drives prices way beyond face value. As collecting grows in popularity, even minor varieties from 1995 could gain attention and value. Before we wrap up, here are a few fun facts. Did you know that over 6 billion Lincoln pennies were minted in 1995 alone? Yes, you heard that right, billions. And yet, despite this huge number, only a small fraction are double die errors. That makes them incredibly rare. Also, collectors often look for red pennies. These are coins that have retained their bright, original copper color. A red 1995 double die penny is worth significantly more than a brown or toned version. So color matters. So next time you get change back at the store, take a second to look at your pennies. You never know that 1 cent could secretly be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And if you want to start collecting, there's no better time than now. So there you have it, folks, everything you need to know about the 1995 Ultra Lincoln penny. From its fascinating history to its current market value and how you can spot a valuable one. If you found this video helpful or interesting, smash that like button, share it with your fellow collectors or friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into rare coins and hidden treasures. Also, let me know in the comments, have you ever found a rare coin in your change? Or do you have a 1995 penny that could be worth a fortune? Drop a comment below and I might feature your story in our next video. Thanks for watching, keep hunting for treasure, and as always, happy collecting. If you want, I can also format this for a teleprompter or break it into shorter sections for easier delivery. Let me know. Today, get ready because we are diving deep into one of the most mysterious, highly sought after, and surprisingly valuable coins. Yes, I am talking about the 1997 Lincoln cent, and trust me, you don't want to miss a second of this because some of these pennies are worth way more than you think. We are going to explore why these coins are so special, how to identify ultra-rare ones, and the current market value, which, believe it or not, can reach as high as $574.80 or more depending on their condition and errors. So grab your magnifying glass and let's dive right in. First, let's talk about the history of the 1997 Lincoln penny. Minted at the Denver Mint, this little coin was produced as part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which began all the way back in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Since then, the Lincoln penny has become the longest-running design in American coinage history and a staple in every collector's album. But what makes the 1997 penny particularly fascinating is not just its standard issue but the hidden rarities and errors that turn this everyday coin into a potential goldmine. You might be holding a penny worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars and not even realize it yet. In 1997 alone, the Denver Mint produced over 4.6 billion pennies, yes, billion with a B. With such a massive mintage, you might think these coins are all common and worthless, right? Wrong. Because among these billions, there are rare error coins and high-grade specimens that have become legendary among collectors. So what should you be looking for? Let's talk about the rare errors and high-grade conditions that make this coin ultra-valuable. Number 1. Double die errors. These are coins where the image or lettering has been accidentally doubled during the minting process. Imagine Lincoln's profile looking a little ghostly or the date 1997 showing a shadow of itself. These double die coins can sell for hundreds of dollars depending on the clarity and sharpness of the doubling. Number 2. Off-center strikes. Some pennies were struck off-center, meaning part of the design is missing or shifted. The more extreme the off-center strike, the more valuable. Coins that are off-center by 50% or more can easily bring in $200 to $500 depending on demand and condition. Number 3. Broad strikes without reading. Though pennies don't have reeded edges like dimes, a broad strike error means the coin was struck outside the collar, making it appear larger and flatter. These can command high prices, sometimes $100 to $300 depending on the extent of the error. Number 4. Die cracks and cuds. These are raised lines or chunks of metal missing from the coin where the die itself cracked. People love these error coins because no two are exactly alike, making each one unique and collectible. Now let's talk about MS-graded coins, which means mint state. If you have a 1997 penny that has never been circulated, no scratches, no wear, straight out of a mint set and graded MS-67 to MS-69 read by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, these coins can reach values of $500 and up, with some rare cases pushing even higher. Imagine turning 1 cent into $574.80 or more just because it's in perfect condition. Even lower mint state grades like MS-65 can fetch $20 to $100 depending on the current market. So before you spend that penny, take a close look. As of today, the market value for a 1997 Ultra Lincoln penny ranges based on these categories, reaching up to $574.80 or more, especially if verified and certified by top grading companies. Rare errors like double dies, off-center strikes, and cuds, typically $100 to $500, with extreme cases possibly exceeding that. So now you're probably wondering, how do I check if I have one of these rare beauties? Here's what you do. Step 1. Examine under a 10x magnifying glass. Check for doubling, cracks, off-center strikes. Step 2. Look for strong mint luster and no scratches for high-grade potential. Step 3. Weigh the coin. An authentic penny from 1997 should weigh 2.5 grams. Any more or less could indicate an error or wrong planchet, which is extremely valuable. Step 4. If you think you've found something rare, submit it to PCGS or NGC for grading. Step 5. Sell your coin on reputable auction sites like Heritage Auctions, eBay for Coins, or Great Collections, and always include clear, high-resolution photos. So my friends, next time you get a handful of pennies, don't just toss them aside. Take a closer look, because that tiny copper coin could be your ticket to hundreds of dollars. The 1997 Ultra Lincoln penny is a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, because we are always dropping new videos about rare coins, valuable currency, and treasure hunts you can start today. Also, comment below if you think you've found a rare penny or if you have questions. I love reading your stories and helping you identify your coins. Thank you for watching Coin World Treasures, and as always, happy hunting. If you want, I can format this for a teleprompter or printable script too. Want me to do that? Today, we're talking about one of the most surprising modern coins that could be hiding in your pocket change right now, the 1997 Lincoln penny. Yes, that 1-cent coin that you might overlook every day could be worth much more than face value. Sometimes even hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on the type, condition, and error. So stick around as we explore the history, unique features, rare errors, current market value, and what makes this coin so special and sought after by collectors. Let's start with a little history, because to truly appreciate the 1997 Lincoln penny, we have to understand where it came from and why it's important. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and since then, it has become one of the longest-running coin series in American history. The 1997 penny is part of what collectors refer to as the Lincoln Memorial Series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. On the obverse, or front, you'll find the iconic bust of President Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. And on the reverse, or back, you'll see the image of the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, a symbol of American strength, unity, and history. Now, you might be asking, what makes the 1997 penny stand out in a series that ran for decades? Well, keep watching, because that's where things get interesting. First, let's talk about how the 1997 penny was made. By 1997, the composition of the Lincoln cent had already changed from the earlier bronze alloy used in pennies minted before 1982. So if you're holding a 1997 penny, it's made of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper plating. Much lighter than the old bronze coins in 1997, the U.S. Mint produced billions of these coins, but not all of them are equal. Some were minted at Philadelphia, with no mint mark, and some at Denver, marked with a small D under the year. A few were even specially minted as proof coins in San Francisco, marked with an S. Now, let's get to the part everyone loves: rare varieties and mint errors. Believe it or not, errors in 1997 pennies can make them worth a lot of money, far beyond their face value. So, let me walk you through some of the most valuable and sought-after errors to look for. This is when the die used to strike the coin was misaligned during production, resulting in a doubled image. Look closely at the Liberty, "In God We Trust," and the date, 1997. If you see clear doubling, you may have hit the jackpot. Some DDO 1997 pennies have sold for hundreds of dollars in auctions. Like DDO, but on the reverse side. Check the Lincoln Memorial, the words United States of America, and 1 cent for doubling. These can also fetch high premiums depending on clarity and condition. Coins that are not struck in the center. Some can be 10%, 20%, or even 50% off-center. The more dramatic and still readable, the higher the value. Some off-center 1997 pennies sell for $50 to $200, and sometimes even more. A small die break between the letters B and E in Liberty, making it look like Liberty. These are smaller errors but are popular among error collectors, fetching $10 to $50 based on condition. A coin missing a part of its edge due to a minting error. These are very collectible and can sell for $30, $50, or even $100 depending on the size of the clip. This happens when a piece of the die breaks off and leaves a raised, unstruck area on the coin. These are highly collectible and rare, worth up to $100 or more depending on size and visibility. Now you're probably wondering, how much is a 1997 Lincoln penny worth today? Great question. The market value of a 1997 penny depends on several factors. Circulated condition pennies without errors typically go for face value. Just 1 cent uncirculated coins, meaning coins that look brand new, with no wear, can sell for 10 cents to $1.00. High-grade examples with perfect luster and sharp strike can sell for $20 to $100 or more, especially if certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC. Error coins, depending on the error, these can range from $10 to several $100s, and extremely rare examples have been known to hit $1,000 or higher in auctions. Collectors are actively seeking out these coins, especially error types, so 1997 pennies in pristine condition or with errors are in high demand. Just to give you an idea of how much these coins can fetch, in recent auctions, 1997 pennies with dramatic double die obverse have sold for over $500, and high-grade uncirculated coins have been snapped up for $200 to $400. So yes, something that looks like a regular penny could be worth a fortune. Look for doubling. Check both front and back for double lines, especially in letters and numbers. Check the edges. Make sure the coin is not clipped or misshapen. Inspect for cracks or cuts. Any raised, unusual areas could indicate a rare mint error. Keep them uncleaned. Never clean your coins. This can destroy their value. Consider professional grading. If you think you found a rare variety or error, send it to PCGS or NGC for certification to maximize resale value. So there you have it, folks. The 1997 Lincoln penny, a common coin that could secretly be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars if you know what to look for. Whether it's an ultra-rare double die, a cut error, or a pristine mint state penny, these coins are out there, waiting to be found. So the next time you get change back from the store, take a second to check those pennies carefully. You never know when you might be holding a small fortune in the palm of your hand. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more awesome coin content, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video where we'll dive into more valuable coins you might already own. Let me know in the comments. Have you ever found a rare 1997 penny? Or any coin treasure in your change? I love hearing your stories. Until next time, happy hunting, coin family. If you want, I can also turn this into a formatted YouTube description or title list. Let me know. Today, we're going to talk about a small but mighty piece of history that could be hiding in your pocket change right now, the 1999 D Lincoln penny. And believe me, folks, this 1-cent coin could be worth thousands of dollars. So make sure you stick around until the very end because I'm about to share everything you need to know about this ultra-rare penny. From its fascinating history, its hidden minting errors, to its skyrocketing current market value and how you could profit big time from it. Let's rewind the clock back to 1999. A year when Y2K fears were running high, Britney Spears was topping the charts, and the US Mint was hard at work producing millions of pennies that would soon circulate throughout America. But not all pennies are created equal. Among the billions minted that year, the Denver Mint, identified by the D mint mark, released a number of coins that would become the stuff of legends in the numismatic world. Now, you might think, it's just a penny. But let me tell you, folks, this isn't just any penny. Due to specific minting anomalies, a small batch of 1999 D Lincoln pennies was produced with ultrafine details, strong doubling, and in some cases, off-center strikes, making them extremely desirable for collectors worldwide. Close-up shots of the penny's fine details, focusing on Lincoln's portrait, the D mint mark, and the words "In God We Trust Now." Let's take a close look at what makes the 1999 D Lincoln penny so special. First off, it features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. That's the front side of the coin, along with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and of course, the mint year 1999. But the real magic lies in the tiny D under the year, indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint, famous for its unique error coins. But wait, what kind of errors or unique characteristics are we talking about? Some of these coins show doubling on the date, lettering, and even Lincoln's bust, which is called a double die error. Others display what we call off-center strikes, broad strikes, or die cracks, making them look irregular but extremely valuable to collectors. Graphics showing rising market value charts and recent auction prices, so you might be wondering, how much is a 1999 D. Lincoln penny really worth? Well, hold on to your seats because the answer might shock you. Although it's a 1-cent coin, rare varieties of this penny in pristine condition, what experts call MS mint state 65 or higher, have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars at auctions. And listen to this, even circulated coins with visible errors or doubling can fetch anywhere from $50 to over $500, depending on the quality and the type of error. And as of now, the current peak value has been recorded around $574.78. And yes, you heard that right, for a single penny. But that's not all. Graded coins, authenticated by top-tier grading companies like PCGS, can command premium prices well beyond $1,000 if they exhibit ultra-rare features like sharp doubling or unique die breaks. So how can you tell if you have one of these rare 1999 D pennies? First, you'll need a good magnifying glass or a coin microscope. You want to check for doubling on the date. Look closely at the numbers, especially the 9s. Doubling on Liberty and In God We Trust. Letters may appear shadowed or doubled. Mint errors like off-center strikes or die cracks. Irregular rims, missing parts, or raised lines. A sharp, clear D mint mark. Sometimes the mint mark itself might show doubling. And if you're unsure, I recommend sending your coin to a professional coin grading service, because a small investment there could unlock a huge payday. Clips of online auctions, coin shops, and marketplaces. Okay. Let's say you found a potential treasure. What's next? First, get your penny professionally graded and encapsulated. This proves its authenticity and helps you get top dollar. After that, you can list it on trusted platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, or Stax Bowers. And here's a pro tip: build relationships with reputable coin dealers. Sometimes, selling directly to a collector through a dealer gets you a faster sale and better price. And don't forget to do your research. Check recent auction prices to know your coin's worth before selling. Montage of people of all ages examining coins, smiling, and discussing collections now. Let me tell you why I love coin collecting and why you should too. Coins like the 1999 D. Lincoln penny aren't just metal. They're pieces of history, carrying stories of a nation, artistry, and sometimes mysterious minting mistakes that turn them into valuable treasures. Imagine finding a tiny penny in your loose change and realizing it's worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That thrill, that's what makes coin hunting such an exciting and rewarding hobby. And the best part? Anyone can start collecting, young or old, beginner or expert. Camera focuses back on the penny, sparkling under a spotlight, so there you have it. Folks, the fascinating story of the 1999 D. Lincoln penny, a 1-cent piece that could turn your pocket change into a jackpot. Now it's your turn to check your coins, dive into the world of numismatics, and maybe, just maybe, you'll discover a fortune waiting to be found. If you enjoyed this video and want more deep dives into valuable coins and secret treasures hiding in plain sight, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. And hey, drop a comment below if you think you have a rare penny or want help identifying your coins. Thank you for watching, and remember, keep checking those pennies. Your treasure might just be 1 cent away. End screen showing subscribe, watch next, and social media handles. Let me know if you want this turned into a script format for teleprompter reading or a more casual tone. Want me to add specific call to actions like website links or affiliate suggestions? Today, we are diving deep, and I mean deep, into one of the most mysterious, highly discussed, and potentially valuable pennies floating around out there. That's right. We're talking about the 2014 D Ultra Lincoln Cent, also known to some collectors as the Ultra Penny, a coin you may have in your pocket or your coin jar right now. But what makes it special? Why are collectors and investors going crazy over this little piece of copper-plated zinc? And is it really worth a fortune? Stay tuned, because we are about to uncover all the secrets behind this elusive penny. First off, let's start with the basics. The 2014 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark. Now, on the surface, this penny looks just like any other. It has Abraham Lincoln's familiar portrait designed by Victor David Brenner, the words "In God We Trust," Liberty, and of course, the date 2014 with that important D underneath it. Flip it over and there's the famous Union Shield, introduced in 2010 to symbolize Lincoln's preservation of the United States during the Civil War. It's a beautiful design, isn't it? But wait, if it looks like every other penny, what makes this particular one so valuable? Well, folks, it's all about the details, and I mean the super tiny, hard-to-see details. Here's where it gets really interesting. Some of these 2014 D Ultra Lincoln cents have errors and variations that make them incredibly rare and desirable for collectors. We're talking about coins with double die obverse DDO errors, misplaced mint marks, die cracks, cuds, and off-center strikes. And let me tell you, if you find one of these error coins, you might just be holding a penny worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For example, some 2014 D Lincoln cents show a clear doubling on Lincoln's ear, beard, or even on the word liberty and in God we trust. These doubled dies are so distinct, you can spot them with a good magnifying glass, or better yet, a microscope. And depending on the condition, these errors can be worth $50, $100, $500, and even more at auctions. Now get this. Some of these coins have actually been auctioned off for up to $500, and special varieties have seen bids north of $1,000. Yes, you heard that right. Imagine that, a penny that could pay your rent. But wait, there's more to the story. Did you know that even a regular 2014 D Lincoln penny in uncirculated or MS mint state condition, especially those graded MS 67, MS 68, or higher by PCGS or NGC, can be worth a lot more than face value? We're talking about pennies that have been preserved perfectly, no scratches, no dings, no discoloration, straight from a mint roll or fresh out of a mint set. These coins can fetch anywhere from $5 to $50, and in some cases, hundreds of dollars if they are pristine enough. Let's break it down with some current market value figures. According to recent auction data and collector sales, a regular circulated 2014 D penny still worth 1 cent, but always check for errors. A brilliant uncirculated 2014 D penny worth about $1 to $3. A certified MS 65 2014 D penny around $10 to $20. A certified MS 67 or higher 2014 D penny could be $100 or more, depending on market demand. Rare errors or double dies anywhere between $50 to over $1,000 depending on rarity and condition. So what does this mean for you? It means that right now, sitting in your house, your car, your couch cushions, or even your old piggy bank, there could be a small fortune just waiting to be discovered. Imagine finding a 2014 D Ultra Lincoln penny that could turn into $500 or $1,000 overnight. That's why it's so important to check every penny, especially those from 2014 with a D mint mark. And for those of you wondering, how do I even start? Don't worry, I got you. Here's a quick guide to checking your pennies like a pro. Get a good magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe, something that lets you see fine details. Look for any doubling in the letters and numbers, especially on Liberty and In God We Trust. Check Lincoln's ear and beard for extra lines or shadows, signs of a double die. Look around the edges, see if there's a misplaced mint mark or any off-center striking. If you think you found something, compare it to known error coin databases websites. Like PCGS and NGC have amazing resources. Consider getting it graded if you think it's special. A professional grading can massively increase its value. So, my friends, don't underestimate that little 2014 D penny sitting quietly in your pocket. It might be worth far more than a cent. It could be your gateway into the world of rare coin collecting, or maybe even a hidden treasure worth a lot of money. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to see more videos about coins that could make you rich, smash that like button, drop a comment below telling me if you've ever found a rare coin, and subscribe for more amazing content. And remember, every coin tells a story. Make sure you're listening. Subscribe for more. Check out our other rare coin videos. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at your channel name. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your next penny be worth a fortune. Let me know if you want a shorter version, script adjustments, or if you'd like me to add visual cues and graphics notes. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2016 D Lincoln penny. And trust me, you don't want to miss this. You'll be shocked to learn that some of these humble pennies are actually worth hundreds and even thousands of dollars. Yes, that's right. A 1-cent coin from 2016 could potentially make you rich, and I'm here to tell you exactly why, how, and what to look for. So stay tuned till the end of this video because we are uncovering all the secrets, hidden values, rare varieties, and what makes some of these coins ultra-valuable on today's coin market. Let's start with the background and history of the 2016 D Lincoln penny. This coin was minted in Denver, marked by the small D mint mark right below the date on the obverse, or front side of the coin. The Lincoln penny, originally designed by Victor David Brenner, has been a part of American history since 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the decades, this small coin has seen numerous changes in design, composition, and minting technology, but it has never lost its charm and significance. BY 2016, the penny featured the modern shield reverse design, which symbolizes Lincoln's preservation of the Union. But here's what most people don't realize. While billions of these coins were minted, a tiny fraction contains rare errors and varieties that skyrocket their value in the collector's market. Now, let's talk numbers. In 2016, the Denver Mint produced approximately 4.5 billion Lincoln pennies. Yes, billions. So, why would a penny from such a large mintage be worth anything? The answer is errors, varieties, and ultra-high grades. You see, even though billions were made, only a few escaped the mint with unique features like double dies, off-center strikes, and other incredible minting errors. Collectors go wild for these rare anomalies, and when you add high-grade specimens that are nearly flawless, coins graded MS67, MS68, or higher by PCGS or NGC, their value can go through the roof. So what exactly should you be looking for? Here's a breakdown. Some 2016 D pennies exhibit doubling on Lincoln's profile, date, lettering, and shield lines. If you see a doubling effect under magnification, congratulations. You might be holding a coin worth hundreds or even thousands. Coins that are struck off-center, where part of the design is missing, are extremely collectible. A 50% off-center strike with a full date and mint mark could fetch $100 to $500 or more, depending on its condition. Look closely for raised lines or blobs of metal, especially around Lincoln's head or the shield on the back. These are caused by cracks or breaks in the minting die and are highly collectible, often valued from $10 to $100 plus, depending on size and location. Most pennies you find in circulation are heavily worn, but if you stumble across a fresh, shiny 2016 D penny, especially if it's in pristine condition with no scratches or spots, and it gets graded MS67 or higher, that coin could be worth $150 to $1,000 or more at auction. Now, let's talk about current market value and what collectors are actually paying. As of now, a regular circulated 2016 D penny without errors is generally worth face value 1 cent. However, high-grade examples certified MS67 or better have been selling for $150 to $750, and extremely rare MS68 examples can command prices upwards of $1,000 to $1,500, especially if the penny has gorgeous eye appeal, bright red color, and no contact marks. And for error coins, listen carefully. A double die 2016 D penny has been auctioned off for over $2,500, depending on the visibility of the doubling. Off-center strikes and other major errors typically sell between $100 and $500, while more dramatic errors can reach higher amounts. Just recently, one unique ultra-rare variety fetched $574.76, making it one of the most valuable finds from this year and an incredible return on just a penny. Use a 10x or higher magnifying glass to inspect every detail, especially around Lincoln's eyes, ears, date, and mint mark. Look for doubling. Focus on the letters Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date 2016. Examine the reverse shield design. Check for any irregularities like doubling on the lines, cracks, or raised metal. Check the alignment of the coin. Is it off-center? Misaligned? Missing parts? These are great signs of errors. Finally, compare your coins to high-resolution images from PCGS or NGC, and consider submitting the best ones for professional grading. Collectors are especially fond of modern error coins because they are much harder to find in the current automated minting processes, making significant errors extremely rare and desirable. Moreover, the Lincoln Penny series is one of the most collected coin series in the world. With over a century of history, every new discovery, like a rare 2016 D error, adds excitement to the hobby and can create a rush among collectors to obtain these elusive gems. So, the next time you get change at the store, take a moment to examine every penny. You never know. That small copper coin could be worth a lot more than 1 cent. Remember, The 2016 Lincoln Penny is a modern treasure hunt, and you could be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family so they can also check their pennies, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing discoveries. And now I want to hear from you. Have you ever found a rare penny? Do you collect Lincoln cents? Drop a comment below and share your story with us. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy hunting, and may your pocket change bring you great fortune. If you want, I can format this into a YouTube description or even add timestamps for video editing. Just let me know.